ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the BTS Summer Cup. We are finally here, the final day of Phase 3. And we have two sets for you. We've got the first series between Alliance and New Guys, and whoever wins this goes forward to the best of 5 after this series, up against Wind and Rain. And whoever wins that gets to go directly to Summit 9, which I believe is later this month. They haven't actually concrete the date yet, but we know it's in July, and I'm excited for this. You excited, Liz?
You know what? Like, this is the first day when people can't flame you any longer for the hype. Like, because the hype is well deserved. Like, here, you can actually hype up as much as you want because it's the last 2 games, man. Last 2 series, actually. The last best of 3 and the last best of 5. And man, Summit, it's one of those tournaments you really want to be on. As a team, it's very high on your wish list. Very, very high. Like one of these tournaments that have been around for quite a while. I remember playing in some qualifiers as well. Always wanted to go there. Never managed.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay, Liz. It's right. Come on, man. It'll be fine. I mean, it's not just high up for the players. It's high up for the cast, high up for everyone because it's pretty laid back. It's pretty unique. It's also an amazing place to try and seduce players to become casters. We didn't have to do that to you at that though. We caught you somewhere else, but because
yeah,
you never made
caught me in Berlin. You caught me in Berlin. That's what happened to me. Feels bad.
You know what you have to feel bad about?
I was a much easier catch, it seems.
Don't sell yourself short, okay? You know, you've been bigging up CM, and she was the first hero to appear in this game as well.
Man, Crystal Maiden and Phantom Lancer on one side, like this duo, we talked about how, like, extensively during this Dota Summit Summer Cup. We talked about how broken Crystal Maiden is right now. Guys, I'm the analyst, and the analyst is telling you, if you want easy MMR in your pubs, no matter what rank you are, spam Crystal Maiden. Go dual offlane. This hero is just ridiculous on position 4. You can play her on 5 as well, but on 4 she just shines so well. And if you have a carry such as Phantom Lancer, you know what you enable? You actually enable those lances. You enable him to farm with those lances. So you boost his farm, well, not as much as an Empower, but you boost his farm a lot. And this duo, I like it already. I like what they did. On the other hand, on Alliance though, these guys, they don't give a bleep about the meta, man. They don't give like 2 cents about your Crystal Maidens and Phantom Lancers. They just go with their stuff. They pick their Phoenix. It's Insania's hero. It's the hero that they feel comfortable on. It's a position 5 that they like. And they pick the Lone Druid instantly for Koikwa because these heroes have not been banned out, and these heroes are super comfort zone for them. So very understandable that they went for that. Now, new guys, they're banning out the Storm.
They've done the research, okay? I mean, the Chen was already banned out. The Kunkka was banned out by Alliance. There was still Keeper of the Light, potentially, but I don't think we've actually seen a single Keeper of the Light through this entire tournament.
Yeah, we haven't. And it amazes me because it's honestly one of those heroes that's just not picked enough. The hero is not weak. He's completely fine, and he got buffed a couple of times already. Like, we should be seeing him soon again. I think he's going to make a resurgence just like Winter Wyvern did. But people are kind of opting not to pick him. He fell, you know when he fell off completely? He fell off when Night Stalker was broken, because Night Stalker was picked every single damn game. So you can't really afford to even think about Kotl. But right now, the hero is actually in a good spot, especially as NS fell off. So maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see a couple of picks before the TI, or maybe even in the TI. Depends on these patches, definitely, what Ice Rock changes in these few weeks. But
the
what
big
do you think?
then.
Alliance.
What
they go for?
What,
they go Spirit?
They need more rat, right? They need more rat. Like
they need more rat.
They need a little bit more rat. They're never happy with one. They always feel like they need a second. The problem is, who are you going to pick? The logical first thought of Alliance is always Nature's Prophet, but typically we see Quickfur play that, and he plays the Lone Druid as well. So you could run like Nature's as a support, but you've already got the Phoenix, and that just feels a little bit greedy.
Just give us the Earth Spirit, man. Forget about the rat for now. Give us the Earth Spirit. You
just want those sick plays from Tiger. I mean, he was playing out of his mind on the Earth Spirit yesterday. Just the amount of times he'd save people. He got a little bit overexcited. Sometimes he'd roll in and give himself when he didn't need to save someone else. But
like if he tones down a little bit on those early mid ganks, because the mid lane, we talked about how hard it is for Earth Spirit to actually do anything, contribute a lot early on. Until his mid is like level 4, then maybe it depends on a matchup, obviously. But yesterday, let's see, is it?
It's the Earth Spirit. There it is.
We called it.
It's the classic 2 that they love to pick together: the Phoenix plus Earth Spirit.
And it's so the only reason, let's just check new guys. Silencer. Well, this is also a very comfort pick for new guys. Like
they have played that maybe 3 times. I think I've seen them play. They've definitely been the team to play Silencer the most this tournament.
Definitely. And when they didn't pick it, it's, well, we can't say for sure that it's because it's been banned, but it's been banned a lot versus them too. So they couldn't always draft it either. They like to play around that global silence. But yesterday we actually saw Alliance win versus a Silencer, right, with their Phoenix. So they have to be a bit careful playing around that global. The thing about Silencer versus Phoenix matchup is that it's great if the Phoenix is core. But if he is not, then it kind of becomes a bit different, as you aren't able to... First of all, Silencer is a great counter to Phoenix on the lane because of the last word. Phoenix can never dive out safely. And if you provide enough pressure on him and you cast that last word, he always dives in the same position. And because of that, he's really great. But this Phoenix, we know that for sure that it's going to be position 5. So you lose that. And we have, I mean, this is just a rinse and repeat. We have the Lashrak Earth Spirit mid. We have the Phoenix Lone Druid safe lane. And now the only thing we need is a boxy hero for the offlane, and they are set.
Never know, we might get a Pugna versus him. That was like, Pugna's not terrible for new guys' lineup so far, in fairness. But yeah, it's definitely, it's kind of smelling a little bit of yesterday's drafts. Let's just put it like that. I think the thing you're saying is correct with Phoenix is, yes, it's great. Silence is a great counter to like a core Phoenix, but as a support, we saw the impact. Like, you can throw out your egg, and it's not about surviving. It's just, if everyone pays attention to you, you don't care because suddenly your cores run over the fight.
Right? That's the ability that's not there. You can't read it, but the ability that's definitely in the attack is a taunt, because everyone wants to kind of attack it. And then when you start attacking it, you realize if you can get it or not. But nonetheless, it takes your focus away. What I would like from you guys to pick here is actually Enchantress. I doubt that they're gonna pick it. But yesterday, I believe it was Wind and Rain that crushed Alliance with that. It was Alliance, right? I'm certain Enchantress crushed the Lone Druid. I'm not certain if it was new guys Lone Druid. Oh, it was. It was new guys, right?
Yeah, it was new guys. Yeah, because new guys were... Yeah, they beat Alliance Lone Druid. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, but they go for the scent. The thing about new guys is Patos is not Ench player. Exotic Deer has always been the guy that played Ench in their team, so maybe that's not why. Maybe that's why they didn't get it. But it would have been perfect here. Like Phoenix, Earth Spirit, and Lashrak, they dish out so much magic damage, but once you get Hood on that hero and the level 10, 15 magic resistance talent, I mean, we saw it yesterday. Forev on his Ench was just unkillable. And especially versus Lone Druid on the lane, Lone Druid suffers hard. And then you can't even go and buy Helm of Dominator because of that. They kind of opt to go for a little bit, like both of these teams are actually going for full comfort picks. Yeah, we see the Crystal Maiden. She's a bit of a meta pick, but Scent, not really, not as much. Silencer, definitely not.
It's interesting to see how teams change the way they're drafting through this tournament, right? Because at the start, the first game would be, okay, I'm going to counterpick you. Then if you were on the back foot, then it became your comfort picks. Whereas now a lot of teams are leading with their comfort picks in the first opening game.
They're just instantly going full comfort zone. That's exactly what it was. Like, we discussed this. The first few days, it was whatever. Let's try and play around these drafts. Let's play in the meta. Let's look what people played in the EU qualifier or overall in the TI qualifier. And they kind of tried to copy some styles. They were getting Magnuses, 3 hands, whatnot. But now it's... all in on the comfort, and we get the DK.
That's a lot of push.
That's a ton of push indeed.
I mean, they did, like you say about comfort heroes. New guys did round theirs up with something pretty cozy. You can just warm yourself up in the lane with wards all around you. We've seen it done a few times by new guys. They do love this hero. But right now, the thing I'm concerned about is Alliance has a ton of push through this early mid-game section. And if they lose control of the map on the side of new guys, we've seen what happens when they drafted like this similarly before the Veno, and I think it was a PL as well in that game. And both of them needed to catch up with farm. And there wasn't enough room for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. That was the problem too back then. I remember exactly. It was the PL and the Veno. And the Veno was just... He struggled so hard. And honestly, when I look at it right now, I have a feeling that might just happen again. When you see this Nisha Veno, he's up against the Leshrac on mid. And usually you think, all right, fine, Veno can't really die there. It's very unlikely. With the 15-second slow on the Gale, shouldn't die, right? But there's this little guy on Earth Spirit, and he really likes to gank mid a lot. And Venomancer, like, he can slow you, but he does not have any ways of escaping those ganks. So I'm just afraid if this Venomancer suffers way too much, what's their comeback strategy? Like, who carries them through the mid game?
There's a conundrum, because obviously Centaur, it's not like picking a Brewmaster. It's not going to give you that dominant control. Yes, it can give you initiation, but you need to follow up. You need to follow up quick. The Global Silence is nice, great, but it's a huge cooldown, 130 seconds.
Yeah, I'm just interested in this lane. Like, the thing about... we didn't talk about this. Koikwa's most comfort pick probably right now is the Lone Druid, in Alliance at least. They draft it whenever they can. But new guys, or ex-Kingwin, they also have rolled Lone Druid time after time. Exotic Deer is one of those obnoxious guys in pubs that plays 1,000... I swear, 1,000 Lone Druid games. Like, he plays that hero a lot. So, if you steal Lone Druid away from him, he's definitely not gonna know what to do against it. He's gonna know which hero he's drafter as well. And even if he wasn't, he's the guy that tells his team, alright, they have the Lone Druid, this is what I struggle against the most when I'm playing Lone Druid. So, they must have a plan with this Veno and this Centaur. I'm certain. So.
We'll have to see. I think the biggest issue they're going to run into is, like we're saying, there's no bridge in that mid-game, and Venomancer doesn't give you that at all. Even after a decent start, he needs to reach level 12. We always talk about Poison Nova and how level 1, the impact is negligible.
Taiga moving into Nisha, but he should go high ground first. So.
Nisha's gone into the corner here, actually. This may have been a mistake. Taiga might be able to hold him. He's got the roll through. He'll slow him down. They move across. The curse comes out. Stun gets dodged, but Nisha, he's a slow boy, and he's a dead one too. First blood gets drawn, and Mikael picks it up.
Yeah, the problem is he did not see everyone else moving in as he was hiding behind the trees, trying to bait. I mean, not bait Taiga. He was trying to see if Taiga is gonna go too far in while he's hiding behind the trees, and then he pounces on Taiga, and perhaps they bring him very low. But what instead happened is you don't really expect Leshrac and the DK and the Phoenix to be there. You usually expect only the Earth Spirit to come around to ward. And yeah, he got baited there. It was the Venomancer that got baited.
It's also quite nice because he didn't drop the ward either. So he's still got the ward to place, and Ike actually sneaks in and steals that rune while he's at it. Already getting some decent impact out of this Earth Spirit pick.
Definitely. And they take the 3 bounties. This is over.
Well, no, it's not 4 bounties, okay, Liz? There's like a 25% chance that the new guys win.
They got 3. They got 3. Tiger... Wait. Oh, three bounties on new guys. So
okay, new guys. There you go. So it evens up because the first blood.
It evens up. You got the first blood. Yeah. I actually think that feeding first blood and taking rune is more worth it for your team. Like just giving the first blood away. But if you are certain that you're gonna take that rune, it's not always like that. Sometimes you feed and you lose the rune.
Wow, that's so damage out on him. It's already almost dead here. They actually might chase through. Quickfist moving across. They're going to trap him in the tree line. He's got the TP out, but can he actually use it? Nope. He's just going to get ran down. One more hit of the stomp. It's good, but it won't matter. The bear bites into that little CM.
Yeah, and this Crystal Maiden, we talked about her. She's not tanky. She dishes out a lot of damage with the Nova, and she slows you down. But damn, you have to be very careful with how you move that hero. If you don't, like these 2 guys, they have 0 slows, but the Orb of Venom and on the Spirit Bear, and he still died. That just shouldn't happen. it's basically being out of position.
Definitely an odd choice to say the least. It's usually we talk about how Phoenixes struggle to be that threatening at level 1 because it's a bit of a greedy hero in terms of leveling. But
Definitely.
yeah, he gets away with it here against a hero that's arguably at strongest in the first few levels.
Yeah, the way they alleviate the pressure, because like they have the Phoenix, and as you just said, he's very weak on Phoenix.
Yeah, he's getting super aggressive here. He needs to be careful.
Yeah, Crystal Maiden's still level 1, but
these blocks. He goes the other way entirely. Gatzel, like I said, still level 1, so he's only got access to that Crystal Nova, which means they can't hold him in place for the Centaur to move across.
Yeah, but the thing is, the way they make this lane doable with the Phoenix is that they always pick a hero that's strong even on his own, such as the Lone Druid. So they kind of play around that Phoenix by having a hero that's actually very strong on the lane. So only in these cases, I think this Phoenix can work on the lane. And then afterwards, the hero is just great. The hero peaks after the laning stage. Once he gets that level 6, maybe 7, once he starts using those Novas, that's when it's...
Insania. Thumb comes out, they got double edge, they'll kill him off. He got a little bit greedy with his position in there, and ultimately just pays the price almost straight away.
Yeah, as soon as Crystal Maiden got her level 2, the root stops him from diving, and he's just done. So, as we said, the hero is great, but in the laning stage, not as much.
Yeah, it's definitely... Like, the thing we're going to hit on was that when you look at Alliance's lineup, they are pretty tanky. So they've also got heroes that want to stand in front of towers. And that just sums up pretty well with Samurai. Meanwhile, mid, Nisha, they roll and they hit this stun. They're going to block him out. And it looks like he should fall. The Fairy Fire, the sticks, everything to try and keep him alive. One more hit, Mike gets it. And Tiger, he's actually going to live.
He's going to live. Man, he even ate that tree and planted the Plague Ward so they can't continue chasing him. Great plays, but sadly for him, Taiga was just positioning himself so well and he was blocking him. So he wasn't really... He had the right plan, but the plan kind of came too late. And we talked about this during the drafting stage. Nisha is the guy that can be punished the hardest here. And Taiga, he's definitely stuck around on mid. It's the only lane that he's been on the whole time. So.
Well, that's because they can leave Boxy alone in the bot lane. Dragon Knight is not likely to be forced out of this lane, especially seeing as he's now approaching the Fabled 4, where you've still got 2 points of the Brief Fire, so you harass well, and you've got the Dragon Blood to regen up.
Yeah, you have the Silencer. The kind of a tanky hero on level 1 can dish out a lot of damage. Top lane, they're getting the bear, perhaps. And they get it.
Nice double edge Patos. Is he in trouble in himself? Should be able to move away. And Nisha in the mid lane. He's going to fall again. You said Tiger just keeps hanging around here. It's paying off so far. He's fallen behind on levels, but Mike, he's dominated this lane now. He's got double the CS, and he's got 3 kills.
Insania should be fine. He has dive.
Yeah, he can dive away. He's not going to fall for that again.
Yeah, they lacked some mana on Crystal Maiden's Frostbite if they had it, but there's Taiga coming in.
Yep, roll in, hits, Patos, the stun through. He'll finally get the hoof stomp out, but it's way too late. He's going to try and stay alive. The sticks, one more hit. Oh, the Crystal Nova. Cancel, get him out. The illusion can't reach him, sadly. So it looks like they will not get this kill. Nice move by Katzel there. Saves his core at the last moment.
There is a mango on Taiga. If he scouts him with the illusion, he might go for this. Unlikely. He's just going to take the bounty. He's going to be satisfied with the bounty rune, and that's it. By the way, check out the illusion on mid. Yeah, he did show himself right now on top, so it's irrelevant. But usually, when you leave an illusion like this on mid, it puts a lot of pressure on Nisha, because he can't be certain if that's real or not. I mean, as long as you don't show anywhere. In this particular scenario, he did show on top. But usually, you would force your opposing mid to play a much more careful game because of it. So, yeah, good idea, but...
Slight problem there as well, as Alliance did actually get all 4 of the runes that time.
All 4 runes?
Yep, the power of runes. It's a worrying thing. And you can't actually underestimate the kind of impact that has. We talked about it in the past. Essentially, it's a 2k gold swing. Because you're denying and you're getting gold at the same time. Patos, he forced out. The roll through will connect. They can actually stun him up as well. The move across the Sorin with the Icarus dive. Double edge will not kill off Tiger, but it will help them kill him quick. And Katzel needs to be running from this. Insania needs to go now because Elisas shows up with the Arcane Curse and the silence going out the last word. But Insania will be fine. They TP the bear back to base. Are they actually going to put some salves on it for Insania? That would be a decent move.
Yeah, they have one salve and some tangles. Perhaps not for Insania though. They do have the Shrine that they could take. And Leshrac might rotate top as he has Invis. Overall, it's exactly the thing. Once you get level 5 on Lone Druid, you have to be careful as an offlaner. Once the enemy Lone Druid gets level 5.
BK, Katzel gets stunned up, and he's gone. And Elisash is still here. They won't know about this. But he has no TP out either. He's got 35 seconds to wait.
They have to wait. Perhaps what he's doing here is he's waiting for the Crystal Maiden. If she ports in, perhaps they can get Koikwa. They have enough slows here, but there's Savage Roar that you have to worry about always. So
yeah, he moves pretty fast. Back.
They don't have any wards here though. On the side of Alliance, they haven't really. Yeah, they're even putting these sentries because they thought he went back because of the port, but he didn't.
Koikwa gets hit by the Frostbite. They can't really move across though. Oh, Rue straight away. Kato needs to be careful. The Christnova coming quick and needs to keep running away. Patos on his way across. Brings the bear back. The Stomp has to be used. And Mika going to slow him down. Patos, do they want to go for the stun? They should be able to. In fact, they don't even need it. The root coming out again. Quickfa. RNG goes his way. And these lanes are already just looking dominant for the side of Alliance. Meanwhile, on the bot, Boxy just harassing Exotic Deer out and pushing tower.
The Lone Druid, by the way, I have to make comments. He has no Savage Roar. Like, actually didn't skill it.
Yeah, he went with the Rabbit, but the movement speed
means rabbit,
he doesn't have to care either because the Frostbite doesn't last that long and Centaurs can top you. And whoa, what was talking about that? Boxy. A kill that shouldn't be happening. They tried to jump onto this Dragon Knight, but we said this is the point where you can't... If you're going to come and kill him, you have to commit seriously. You can't throw a support and, well, not bad farming PL, but no items on him yet at this guy and kill him.
I don't know, the new guys' lineup, it kind of comes around this Veno to do a lot, but he's been pressured quite hard so far. These two supports, though, the Crystal Maiden and the Silencer, eventually they fall off. They definitely fall off in contrast to Insania and Earth Spirits levels. Like, these guys, they benefit so much from the levels. Well, Silencer, yeah, you get the global, and that's great, but that's the only thing. Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, Katzel, they're going on to him. Got the Rabbit on the bear, going to chase through. Forces Frostbite. Nice resummon straight away to be able to chase. Katzel, they're going to dive for this. The bear is so damn tanky. The Crystal Nerve comes up. Katzel's going to ping out to the dots. Insania gets stomped up. Yep. Bear keeps aggro the tower. Phoenix moves away alive. And this is just ridiculous. They are winning every lane. Alliance, there's no lane you could say right now is going New Guy's way. Nisha's getting a little bit of space now, but in truth, Micah is just farming up just as well in the meantime in the jungle.
Yeah, it's honestly all about these drafts. Like, it's not only about the drafts, it's the way the Alliance have set up their lanes. But they weren't really forced to set up their lanes in any different way. The Crystal Maiden and the Centaur sound like a good idea, but they weren't really. Like, they didn't do a whole ton. They killed the Phoenix, but you want to pressure the Lone Druid. And the Lone Druid was not... like, he has a Midas already. And boots Midas on the bear, it's huge. He opted not to go for that Dominator, which is arguably better in the current meta, but
it's
perhaps...
the Frostbite from CM,
right? It's the Frostbite. That's probably the reason why he opted not to. And Midas is honestly just as good, especially when it's this early. So, yeah, they have this Phantom Lancer that's going into a hood, and because of that hood, he might be able to fight a bit earlier. It's not really what you want to be doing as the Lancer, but you just might. And we talked about the Crystal Maiden effect on the Exotic Deer's ability to get Spirit Lances. Well, he didn't max Spirit Lance, so he's not gonna have that opportunity.
They're diving from Insania here. Katsu just went under the tower.
They should have
Top going through. Exotic Deer is going to pursue. They've got the Icarus dive available though. Can they get it out? Yes, they can. Insania. It's a close call. Can he make his escape here? It's going to be close to the Arcane Curse. Just needs to try for a TP out. But he knows there's a Crystal Nova available. He's just buying time.
Yeah.
He knows his fate is sealed. They'll get him with the Crystal Nova. But it took them about double the time it should have to kill him off at least.
Yeah, they kind of wasted some time not pushing the tower. And that allows DK to come in on time. But they're going for DK as well. There's no way.
He's pretty tanky though. With the raindrop as well. They're going to try. But Insane's on his way back. Exotic Deer has to retreat into the tree line. And Boxy, he has got the Elder Dragon form for 20 seconds. They ping out about Katzel. They know he's around here somewhere. Can they spot him? No! Oh, this stuff from Tiger! He gets it at the last moment of the TP. And Katzel will be falling here. Oh, yeah, this man on Earth Spirit.
This man on Earth Spirit is doing moves, man. And he's not He's not satisfied. He's smoked up into Insania. Insania has 6, and this is the time to go on this Venom. As you don't really care about his dots once you have
They're trying to go and quick for in the bot lane. They're able to find him as well. They move forward, the Doppgang up to the high ground. They'll finish him off. Meanwhile, mid, Nisha in return will fall. They even use the Supernova to ensure it.
Alright, you get the Venom, but you lose your Koikwas Bear. I don't think this is the biggest of issues for Alliance. Yeah, you lost the Bear, and yeah, I mean, the biggest issue is that he died to the PL. But overall, Mickey is the one that needs, like, this small, like, he needs a head start so that he can start moving across the map and making space.
They got on Patos to the top, then they'll roll in, they'll hit the stun, they'll be able to silence through. He can't do anything, he's helpless here. 4 heroes converge on the top lane, and a horse goes to the glue factory, and they'll push on this tier 1.
Yeah, you know what's the worst part? He has Hood of Defiance, so he has that ability, like he itemized so he's able to survive these ganks, these magic bursts, but he still
jump
dies.
forward. The blink reveal from Boxy straight away. You're going to get a kill on Anisha here. The global silence being used. Can he actually get the Poison Nova off? We look to go through the Gale and the Poison Nova coming up mid-care. He should fall. Can they get the deny? Yes, they can. Tiger is on the mark here, ensuring they don't get that kill. But Capital trying to move forward here. Boxy. Nah, he's more than tanky enough. 4 points in the Dragon Blood. There's no way they can kill him.
Yeah, and there's no ulti on Centaur. It was off for 10 more seconds, so they couldn't use it. At the same time, that's some space for Exotic Deer. So he's farming up bottom lane. I mean, usually you want to be creating space with Venom, but not this kind of space. You want to be aggressive. You want to be forcing them to defend their towers. You want to be in their face, on their side of the map. But if you're dying under your tier 1s, well, as long as your carry is farming, perhaps it's kind of justified, but overall it's definitely not good for him. Especially as he leveled that Poison Nova and it didn't do anything. I mean, it did, but they denied the Leshrac away from him. Insania, they used ulti.
Go in the bot, they want to get Insania here. And it looks like it's going to be silenced up, the stun through, just to put Exotic D off the chase, but it won't. He'll move through anyway. Tiger trying to hold him up here. Silence coming out. Slayer's going to hit. Exotic D taking a lot of damage. Can they kill him off quick enough is going to be the question. He's got the top gang trying to reach the high ground, the roll through. It's going to slow him down. It's going to be close. No, he ends up on the low ground. The RNG is not in his favor here, so they take another favorable trade despite giving in across to El Sash. They'll be happy with that.
Oh, definitely. So you trade your position 5 for a position 1. Anytime, any day. Definitely favorable for Alliance. Especially as I believe Phoenix didn't even have his Zag. If he had his Zag there, maybe that would have been a different story. Boxy on mid, though.
Boxy just read it perfectly. The Dragon Tail blink fall, but the Elder Dragon Form means that it looks like El Sash is going to fall here. The curse out just to try and make full quick, but doesn't get the kill. And no, El Sash is going to get away. The slows are too much. They can't pursue this, or can they? Boxy's moving around. He's got the blink in 2 seconds.
The Gale is still...
Oh, no.
Can't blink.
Slowed down too much, so Nisha saves the day there in the end.
I mean, he did save the day, but they just wasted the smoke. So it's all falling apart for new guys so far, yeah.
Boxy had used the Elder Dragon forms, and he hasn't done anything with it.
That's true. That's true. That's definitely right. Perhaps he can pressure top a little bit, but the Dragonite form should go out anytime now. So overall, that's kind of fine. At the same time, your bear has 2.7k gold, and he's getting closer to that Radiance. That's the worrying part. That's what you're worried about the most. As this PL, he does not want to play against a bear with Radiance, definitely. Especially as he does not have Diffusal yet.
That's kind of the thing. We said he needed to fight, and as a result, that slows down the Diffusal pickup. It might match up the timing on the Radiance, but the bigger power spike there is going to be for Quick Focus. When you come into these 5v5s, that mischance plus the burn damage against quite a few squishy heroes is going to pay off more.
Yeah, 5v5 with the burn damage from the Radiance, with the mischance, and then you have the Sunray going over on that bear. Just he has 3k HP. It's gonna... it's nice. It's definitely nice. They have such a strong team fight, and the only way new guys play around it is if they pounce on them and they use this global in their favor. But who do you kill during that global? Perhaps a Phoenix is the best, or Leshrac, but Leshrac has Yules already. So what they need is a Blink Dagger on Centaur right now. That's their opening tool. That's the tool that's going to allow them to take these fights. Bottom lane, Tiger should roll out, but...
Oh, chase through, needs to Stampede, they're on top of Tiger. He is not getting out of this in one piece. He'll stun through by a little bit of time and silence them up, but he knows he's going to fall. The bigger concern is actually that Alliance lost their mid-tier 1. They could have denied it. Not sure what happened there. I think Koikfu was paying attention to the bot gank.
Yeah, most likely. You go into spectator mode when one of your teammates is dying from time to time. It happened. It's weird to see, but it definitely does happen. It happened to all of us.
Is this like a Clementine will remember moment from those Telltale games? It just instead it's like, I'll remember this in case I need to blame someone for the loss later.
Yeah, that's it. You gave them 100 gold. How dare you? Not denying that tower.
There's just a little check sheet. Loda's just keeping track. It's like just ticks in their boxes.
Yeah, Loda behind him, smacking him on the back of his head right now. Why didn't you pick Chen and Storm? I told you to do it.
Or at least, you know, Kunker or Kotl with Storm. God damn you guys.
At least some cheese. We have a name to keep, man.
Well, the name's Alliance, and it's kind of known for pushing. I think the biggest surprise here is it was 17 minutes in the game, and they've only taken 2 tier 1s with this lineup.
Yeah, actually, let's be real. They're known for ratting, not pushing, right? But
okay, yeah, taking towers, killing buildings over heroes. That's the
killing buildings over heroes, and they haven't done it yet. But their heroes scale in that way. However, Boxy on top lane.
Yeah, Boxy. Can he get away? Oh, he blinks just in time. They're going to chase through the Stampede. Go for the TP. Can he make it? It's going to be close. No, they get Vision. They get the Frostbite. And it looks like Boxy's going to fall. They even use the Freezing Field to ensure the double edge. He gets cleaned up.
Yeah, I mean, still, you have to give it to Boxy. Great reaction. Like, as soon as he got Shadow Worded, he instantly... Shadow Worded. Last word that he instantly blinked out. That was some sick reflexes. He still dies though, unfortunately for him.
He had to know something was going on.
He has to be careful.
Insania should be fine here. Even finds an invis room. The convenience of this.
The thing about that is Silencer was porting in. As soon as you see the Silencer, you have to be careful with... Oh, blink. Bottom,
trying to move around, but Pathos reveals the blink, not able to do anything with it. Mike will look to move away, and he should be able to do so. Stun through.
Oh, the Tiger stomp.
Yep. And it looks like they won't be finding this kill. Tiger just, he guards, like, he can't save everyone. But you know this man's going to be focusing on saving both Quickfoot and Mike this game.
I mean, their offlaner, Pathos, just got a blink, but look at Tiger, he also has one. So he's gonna be able to counter these initiations. He does need that Yules though, and he's building towards it. The problem with the Alliance's draft is that Earth Spirit and Phoenix kind of suffer a lot from the global silence. A ton. You can't really say the same for Lone Druid and DK, as they're tanky, but these guys can definitely die in the global.
Pathos, Tiger still sees him, forces a Stampede, Boulder smash through, connects, they'll move across, the Dranktail's gonna be there to store him from Insania, they surround him on all sides, and they just run him down, there's no way you can escape this. And actually, they might chase for more. Quickfire?
Yeah, that... Where are they gonna chase?
They want to go for a push, maybe? They could.
They can go for the tier 1 mid. Usually when you use these smokes, what you want to get from them is an objective. And that was strange because I kind of thought they might go for tier 2 bottom, but as tier 1 mid does not have backdoor, Bear pulls, he loses his Bear.
I think he wanted to resummon anyway, by the looks of it. Like, they didn't have a creep wave and something has to tank this. You kind of have to respect that new guys can still eliminate people. So it would be a bit, shall we say, overly bold if you were to tank the tower with one of your heroes.
I mean, you see them on top. Let's be real. Yeah, that was a mistake. Let's call it what it was. As he has a port on his...
Don't make mistakes here. That doesn't happen.
He has a port on his Bear as well. He could have ported it back to heal it up. I mean, if anything, if it was on purpose, he wouldn't be juking it out of the tower, because if the tower gets it, then the Venom has no chance of dotting it down.
Maybe it was scouting. You don't know. Okay, there's possibilities here.
Yeah, scouting the river.
I mean, in fairness,
down the river.
It won't hurt.
For a bat, he wanted to bait the bear. Like,
yeah. He just was. You know, it's a smelly bear. That's what it was.
It was a bear, man. He was catching some fish in the river. That's what they do.
He just threw it in there. He's like, damn, I didn't bring any shampoo. I'll just buy a new bear. It's fine. But like, the important thing here, I think, is that it didn't really matter because even after you take that tie, you know what your next move is. You're gonna go back to farming for like the next minute or two anyway.
What do you do against this bear now? Pathos? He's
try not to die.
Down. He's burning down, but there's PL coming. But there's a DK as well.
Insania's here as well. They've got the number advantage right now.
Yeah, he's just porting out. DK ported out, and probably they're just gonna leave Insania to outpush one more wave, and that's it.
One thing I want to hit on.
Continues. The ratting game intensifies.
So it turns out, I guess Insania is really a fan of yours, because I remember the other day we were talking about Alliance. They had this issue, this interesting aspect that we haven't seen from many teams, which they had a huge focus around vision and pushing around the top lane constantly. Right. And today they're warding up the Radiant jungle. They're pushing around the bot lane a lot and flexing back and forth between there and the mid, more so than the top. So I feel like they've listened to you, Liz. They heard what you've been saying.
That's like exactly the opposite of what I was saying.
No, you talked about them hitting in the top. The Global Silence comes out, but can they chase? The blink forward, the stomp, and nice Yule's coverage. Tiger's going to look to move away, but no, they get the frostbite out. He will fall here. They'll chase looking for more, but they won't be so lucky. They're stunned with a boulder smash, ensuring that they will not be able to find Mike as well.
All right, listen to me, chat. This is awesome for Alliance. This is great for them, actually. You can argue with me no matter what, but you just lost your Global Silence, and you got a guy that's dead for 30 seconds. So he's gonna be up in 20 seconds, and from that moment on, Alliance can do whatever they want to. Yeah, you get a kill on Taiga, it's great, but you just used your arguably most important spell in the game. It's not the Venomancer's ulti, it's not the heals, whatever.
Boxy just got a lot closer to death than he realized. They heard what you said. They smoked up trying to move through, looking for a kill straight away. And they did almost find Boxy there. He intentionally duped the use of the Crystal Nova to the side.
I mean, he can even bait now. Like, honestly, what you do with Alliance right now is you just put him in front.
They're just dangling him out there, see if anyone comes. Actually, they thought this was the real PL. They'll be frustrated to learn the truth.
The way you counter it with on the side of new guys is you send the illusions on him. So you kind of send PL's illusions on that, you see what's happening, what's what. But smoke up. Yeah, Quickplay is not with them though. They have to kind of be careful because he is their most farmed hero. They need to take him to these fights. And he can do like exactly what he's doing right now. Send the bear top while you're connecting to your team. It's very important that when you smoke, that you're all able to connect to the place where you want to fight, in this situation at least, in the mid game when the most important fights happen. And even if they don't find anyone, they already have some benefit from it as they boarded around the pit. And if they wanted to, honestly, they could go for this pit. They're very strong in it.
They're gonna.
They don't take it fast though.
Quick was already staring at the pit. They want to try and get a pick off first of all, but it's clear what their intentions are. But look at this from new guys. They are stacked. They are paranoid about what's going on right now.
Yeah, there's global again. So even if you go in that pit, you have to be very careful on the side of Alliance. Definitely, there are ways of like.
Stampede. They're chasing on the bear. The Gale comes out as well. The jump forward, the stomp out. Tiger, can he drop this global silence use as he blinks in? He'll be fine though. On the back for the BKB from Boxy. The Dragon Tail going out on Nisha. They'll fear him up. They don't want to get the poison over off, or at least not in a good place. He's low on HP. Insane is soaring in. He's not using the supernova though. Patos gets stunned out as well. The BKB coming on Nisha. He'll finally fire the poison over. And Boxy, they wait for the BKB then. The Sun Ray's not going to save him. They go to work. Mike trying to shred through Patos, but it's taking so long. He'll finally drop. Mike trying to move away, has to use the Yules. It's going to be close, but Elder Sash is waiting for him when he comes down. The stun from the egg will not connect on anyone, but they should be able to get out. It's going to be close. The Sunray will protect from Insania, and they might even keep the bear alive. It's going to be close, but it looks like it will fall. He has to deny himself in the meantime on that track, and Insania will still be chased down. It's going to be a 4-for-1 in the end. They might even find the 5th. No, Quake fell a little bit too far away, but suddenly it's maybe up to them to go for the... I don't think they can actually go Rosh. Like, there's no objective they can go for either. They take a great fight. They do stop the potential of that Rosh occurring, but they can't flip it into an objective.
Nah, they definitely can't. They don't really have the heroes that take Rosh fast right now. They don't even have... I mean, the item that has fallen off is Medallion. No one is really buying it even. But these slows, man, they're making Lone Druid so useless. Like, I expected Koikpa to be doing much more in these fights, to be honest, but he's just unable. His bear died twice in that fight so fast, even. Like, he gets hit by Poison Nova, Gale, and Crystal Maiden. Just one Crystal Nova, and he's already going down. Arguably, perhaps, the problem with Phoenix right now is he's level 11. We didn't talk about that. The second peak for this hero is level 12. As you can kind of use the egg a bit more offensively, but before level 12 there's no way. Like, 26 minutes into the game, if he uses that egg let's call it any aggressive position, like it's gonna die. They're just gonna maul it down.
That was definitely something that was nursed in that last fight. It looked like he was hesitant, just hanging out at the Ancients, refusing to really egg. And it feels like the prime time he should have been egging is as the BKB on Boxy is running out. It was looking like New Guys was going to try and just delay the fight long enough that they could turn around and kill DK. Being Dragon Knight, he wants the help of Tiger. They forced the global silence so easily just by jumping on Patos for a moment.
Well, he's going to live at least. He's hiding in the trees, but there's no global now, so you have to be careful about how you take these next fights.
I can understand why they use it to save him, though. Patos is the initiation tool, and he might try and Boxy here. There's quite a few heroes nearby. The Alliance are rotating as well.
Yeah, there's the Earth Spirit and the Phoenix connecting Leshrac too, so they kinda...
They back out. They respect it.
Yeah.
They couldn't see anyone. The only one they see is Quickfoot in the mid lane, but they already know what to anticipate when that's the case, because every time they've been ganking, usually Quickfoot's just been pushing other lanes.
Yeah, this ward that they have around their shrine is very, very defensive. Not really a ward that you want to have, but they do have some plague wards scouting out, so that's gonna show them where Mickey, Insania, and Taiga are.
Oh, things come out. They know about Cancel. They jump in. The Dragon Tail's follow-up is going to fall. What triggered that?
Help!
Help! I mean, you don't even anticipate that. They got a little bit suspicious. Maybe they just guessed right. It didn't look like they had vision in any capacity.
They didn't have vision, but the thing is, Boxy is moving all the time around these trees. Like, he's always hiding. The same way Patos is. Like, he's always hiding around the trees, so perhaps they just anticipated that. And honestly, these teams know each other so well that they even kind of know how the players play and where they hide, so they can guess these things.
Push on the tier 2. Nisha standing by. You just have the level 2 poison never available. It looks like they might just try and trade. Saw Deer getting a lot of damage on that tier 2 top. And Boxy didn't even use the Elder Dragon form, so they could just look to go top and start pushing that in now. Or even go Rosh.
I really think what they need to do right now is chill. Like, completely chill out on the side of Alliance and get BKB on the bear. Like, without that BKB, I honestly feel that the last fight is just gonna repeat itself. The same thing is gonna happen. They do have the BKB on Leshrac this time, though. So he can be kind of a decisive factor. He can be in front just like the DK. But without that Radiance turning them down and without that bear hitting them, because he has an AC, like, he hits hard. And they need that. And if he just sticks down to, I don't know, 1 Gale and 1 Crystal Nova, if he's unable to move, that's difficult for them. That's a difficult thing to deal with.
Definitely seems to be the biggest issue right now.
They chilled out and they're farming. They chilled out and they're farming. Thank you, Alliance. Thanks for listening to me.
Thanks, secondary coach that we don't pay anything to.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Taiga is doing Taiga business again, and they're still hunting him. By the way, they're trying to scout this bottom lane.
They waste so much time on this though. Like, it's smart moves from Taiga. It just makes them. Either they respond and they try and find him, or they think there's aggression going on around the map, and then they have to run away.
Plague ward position so well.
They jump in, the stomp comes out, it's got the BKB, but it hasn't gone off yet. It's down to half HP, the bat away, the BKB comes out, the roll out by Tiger. It's going to be chased on by Exotic Deer. It's going to be close, he teleports. They both get out alive. And that was maybe a little bit closer than Tiger was hoping for. They do at least force one of the BKB charges, but they were looking for a lot more of the amount of heroes they stationed down in that bot lane.
Yeah, definitely. They use Centaur ulti, which isn't really the greatest, doesn't have the greatest cooldown, so you don't really care too much about that. But honestly, like, forcing that BKB is definitely what's valuable for them. As once these cooldowns once these BKBs get lower, like 5 second duration, then Nisha's Venomancer can just dish out so much more, like so much more damage. So that's good. That's good for them, but overall they expected to kill Boxy there.
And Boxy actually almost has that Maelstrom, so his damage dealing is going to spike up pretty heavily, which is what they need right now, because we saw what happens. If he just gets separated in the middle of the fight, they don't actually feel threatened by him at all. Speaking of threats, Nisha gets one made on him. Tiger jumps in. Hasn't used the silence yet. Maybe finally throw out the Ondius, the BKB proc. Nisha needs to move away. The Stampede to try and make him get out of this. Can he make it is the question. They need to time this right for the BKB running out. Boxy moving across as well. Blinks in. The Dragon Tail comes out. And goodbye. Venomancer will fall. Insania being a little bit greedy in the top lane gets hit by the Frostbite. But luckily for him, Centaur's a little bit too far away for the Blink Stun.
Yeah, so...
Or is he?
If you...
Insania?
Oh, he's porting out. He's fine.
Okay.
Just too far away. Yeah, he's fine. So overall, losing your Venomancer like that was interesting movement from Nisha. The thing about Nisha's Veno is like he can always plant these plague wards, so they kind of protect him. But that time he just got rolled on and they caught him fast enough. And even with that on disc, even with the BKB, you can't know for sure if you're gonna be able to port out, so he didn't even try. Versus the bear at least. But overall, yeah, you can't afford to lose that Veno any longer. Especially in minute 30 of this game. When you lose him like that and he's alone, it's not a good thing for you. He wasted his BKB, you wasted Centaur ulti, you accomplished almost nothing.
That's the kind of thing, like, with their build that they've done on Exotic Deer, he doesn't hit like a truck when the BKBs are up, so it's more on the Poison Nova to bring them down while Exotic Deer survives.
Yeah, definitely. He has, like, usually you see the heart, but if you see the heart and the BKB, you have to know this is so defensive. He needs it. Like, it's good, but it's not great. It's not... It's, like, necessary for the game, but it's not the item that you usually want to buy on PL.
Oh,
it's going to help them kill the egg, though. It's going to help them versus their
Insania, they see him. That's Stomp onto him. The Global Silence as well. Insania's going to fall, but... once again, it's your Global Silence for a kill and do the support.
He has no buyback though, so maybe Rosh?
It looks like it has to be. That has to be their intention. There's nothing else they can find out that Mika had already made his way out.
Yeah, they should be able to connect on Alliance if they want to. They should be able to connect and kind of contest that. And now that they've seen this Crystal Maiden, they know for sure that they are doing Rosh. So maybe go with Earth Spirit, kick in, roll out, something like that.
If they delay it by a few seconds, Insania will be up in time. The Stomp coming out, they find Mika. He's got the BKB available, needs to throw it out, he will finally use it. And now he just needs to retreat. They're very tanky on the side of New Guys. Charging up, Exotic Deer thinks about going in, but it's scared away by Boxy. Goes around the back, looking on Tiger instead. The BKB coming up, Exotic Deer will be able to stand his ground. They'll charge forward on the Boxy to defuse and force the BKB out from Boxy instantly as he'll TP out, but not before losing half his HP. And suddenly, they might be able to get this Rosh. Insania is TPing in now.
Insania is porting in, and the Rosh is still on 50% HP. They should be able to delay this long enough, or maybe even take a fight with the bear.
Insania?
The bear has BKB now.
Just delaying it. They said the BKB now up on the bear means it's pretty friendly. Nisha's Eondis has already been procced. The charge forward on the bear. The Roar comes out. Jump in, Stomp. Patos wants this bear. Can they get the Supernova on the side just to stop Elisash from getting involved? And now the Stampede, but Boxy charges forward. They're on Anisha. They force the Poison over in the BKB straight away. It looks like the side fight. Patos is going to charge down this bear. And it will not survive. It's going to fall to the Poison Sting. But the Stomp coming out and return on Insania. They're going to find it. They'll charge forward and they'll kill off the bird. Suddenly, they are happy to go back into that Roche pit. Alliance not able to make the connection on the fight the way they intended.
Definitely. If you're Alliance, the way you want to fight is you want to have everyone around the same spot, and that's exactly what they did not have that fight. Like, Silencer single-handedly zoned out Phoenix completely. I think the problem about Insania's play there is that he wasted all his spells on the illusions in the pit while there was a fight happening on the right side. At the same time, Mick is forcing them to defend bottom, but overall you do lose that Aegis, you lose that tag as well.
I think the interesting part here is they gave the Aegis to Exotic Deer. In fairness, he can actually be the one that threatens high ground, but I still feel like Nisha is a key part for any fight they take. So surely giving him the second life seems more worthwhile.
He is, but at the same time, like, I can see your point, but he has Aeon Disc and he has BKB. It's very unlikely that you're gonna burst him down before he uses his Nova, at least. And Phantom Lancer is your guy that's gonna run in, create a lot of chaos, and at the same time he's the guy that can clean up after that Poison Nova. So I can understand the Aegis going the way of Phantom Lancer, but at the same time, if maybe he didn't have Aeon Disc on Veno, then it would have been a good choice to give it to him as well.
Look at this from Alliance. They've gone super aggressive. They're looking on Nisha. Stun, Aeon Disc comes out straight with the BKB and the Poison over the Global Silence. Mistakes may have been made. They'll TP out. Can they make it? Tiger won't be so lucky, but Mike will. Well, they forced the Global Silence again for a support, but they had to use BKBs that time.
No, this is good for Alliance. The thing is, it's not only that you made them use the global silence, you made them use it defensively, and you made them use it on their side of the map. And yeah, look at these rotations right now. 5 of them on the side of LDE or new guys, they're moving bottom for this tier 2. But at the same time, the bear is deep inside their side of the map, and mid lane is being pushed out, and at the same time, top lane is going to be pushed out.
Charger falling on L Sash here. They'll be able to TP out though. But look, you're right. They've instantly forced Patos to come back to mid. They will at least get this tier 2, but the important part is they're not able to threaten high ground.
Courier?
Goodbye, Courier. Only a few TPs. The Raw ensuring that Quake gets out. So Alliance, essentially, despite this Aegis going the way of new guys, it kind of feels like they're the ones playing the orchestra, right? They are pulling them back and forth across the map.
Yeah, they're controlling the pace of the game. And like when you see that happening, you know the team is good. Like if they are controlling the pace of the game, even though they are very much behind, they're just forcing them into these movements. But it's not the casual good old rat, you know. It's not like they're doing, all right, guys, you're gonna go on one side and you're gonna push it until someone responds. No, that's not what they're doing. They're doing a bit more sophisticated moves. They're forcing them to use their spells on their side of the map exactly where they wanna, and then maybe they waste a BKB to get out, but they're happy to do that. They're happy to make some sacrifices to stop these pushes from happening. And so far they have succeeded, but right now they're not really in the best position, as Veno can take this tier 2 mid. At the same time, they lose the tier 2 top.
Yeah, new guys are the first ones to lose all their out towers, despite having this Aegis, despite feeling like they can dominate the map. Like we said, just being pulled back and forth by Alliance. And Mike is just still pushing on that top. Someone has to come back to deal with that.
Yeah, and there's Aghanim on the bear, so he can just... Alright, now remember those sophisticated moves, scratch that. Now it's full rat. It's just bear on one side, the team on the other, force them to rotate to the bear, then fight on the other side, where you have the number advantage. Crystal Maiden though, BKB, and this
you can do a lot of those freezing fields. Tiger is super deep here. They won't see him there. And yeah, the freezing fields actually in these fights, people underestimate the damage this can do. And they don't have any way of stopping you, except for the supernova. But if you freezing field first, the supernova, time for that to go off, you're more or less done with the freezing field anyway.
Yeah, there's... well, there's a bear, perhaps an entangle or something like that. But overall, it's very hard to cancel it, definitely. You don't want to send your bear.
Oh, jump on. Mike moving away though in time. The BKB comes out, is going to be able to retreat. The Stampede is actually wasted. But they should now get this tier 2.
Yeah, this is the thing though. Like, this is in a completely different situation than what we saw before, because they forced him to use the BKB next to his high ground. And because of that, they're able to take the tier 2 and perhaps even pressure this high ground a little bit.
They have to go back.
Yeah, they have to
stayed out. And actually, Tiger's waiting around the top lane as well. Maybe push this in a little bit. Force the second person back, but they're already in full retreat towards the base. So it looks like they won't be able to use that Aegis to pressure high ground, but they do at least get the remaining tower outside the bases.
Yeah, so we're kind of even on the towers right now. The bear, oh, ports out just in time.
Close call, not close enough, and is going towards that Mjolnir. Which, honestly, I can respect this, because the moment they look away from their base, this is that stage in the game where the Lone Druid Bear could just shred through a tower in a few seconds. Yeah,
the Mjolnir helps. It helps versus the towers, definitely. Helps versus the illusions a bit, but my issue is do they have a single MKB? Like, the Dragonite is not buying it, the bear is not gonna get it, and both of these cores on the side of LDA, they're moving for butterfly. Actually, Nisha already has one, so your damage is Mickey, sorry. So he's gonna do a ton with his magic damage, but once the BKBs are up, he's irrelevant, and then you have no ways of hitting them either. So you have to be these fights. They're gonna be hard for Alliance, definitely. Bear on bottom, caught.
BKB forced out of it. Oh, but it gets stunned up straight away. The Raw to get them away should allow him to get it. Nope, one PL illusion. Doesn't keep chasing.
that one PL.
If that had stopped everything, how frustrated would you be?
Yeah, that's one illusion unaffected by the Savage Roar. I'm not afraid of you, Bear.
Not intimidated by wildlife. I just take a hunting rifle and go out in the weekends. Nothing to worry about.
The Capri illusion, right?
Tiger? Slow rolling towards El Sash. Stun. Now the sun's coming out, which means he can't get the stomp off. And now the BKB falling thrown out by Patos. He wants his kill. The global silence as well means they have to run away and leave Tiger behind. Or will he escape? It's going to be close. He can roll out here. Nope. He tried to stun first. Roll out finally on the other side of the fight. The BKB gets forced out of Boxy, but he'll be able to TP out. And Tiger will also make his escape. Patos had the blink on cooldown. Yeah, but that time, that's the BKB and the Stampede.
Yeah, but you forced Boxy. On the other side, you were watching Taiga, but Boxy also was forced to use his BKB.
That's true, but his is pretty low now, whereas that was a fresh BKB for Patos.
Yeah, that's true. But I think Alliance's BKBs are just so much more valuable. Well, you can argue it's the same on both sides.
Yeah, they both kind of want to fight longer, and being the man that wants to fight longer in Alliance, Mike been found. The BKB gets forced out. The bash straight away. They need to back him up. Exotic down half HP. The BKB coming out. The global sign's been used. The BKB on the bear as well. Charging forward. Exotic Deer. Can they get him? They're going to move across the shrine to try and stay alive. The Stampede coming out. They're rolling in. Tiger, he wants this. Can they get the stun? Yes, they can. The blink for the fun Exotic Deer. The silence as well, but the stun maybe comes in long enough. Patos looking to retreat now as well. The U's going to come out. He may pay the price, but as long as they get the PL, no, the BKB available again on Patos. But the slows maybe a little bit too much. They're charging forward. They don't care how close they have to get to this base. They want this kill. The stomp won't land on anyone, and Patos will fall. The silence ensuring he can't do anything in return.
You lost the Centaur, you lost like a quarter of the HP on top lane as well on your tower.
True, but
so there it's not even.
They're not done yet. Exotic is going in the bear just in time. I like these moves from Quakefa. It's risky with a bear, but he's willing to put it on the line to get a core out.
Yeah, and Phantom Lancer, he's not going for that Abyssal, so he's going to be able to continue doing that. Like, he's putting the bear on the line, but as long as he has the... Like, you do it as long as you have the summon again, right? As long as you can resummon him, you can kind of play around that. The thing that I like the most right now is the Lone Druid's talents, as he does have that built-in BKB on the Battle Cry. So that's quite good for them.
Jump forward. They're looking on Nisha here. He gets the Poison Nova out, though. Hits on the two. Tiger and Miko. Miko going to look to move away slowly. Tiger's going to go the fast way out the Yules as well, but they'll be able to catch up to him. The bat away. Roll out. He'll be able to find the escape, but no. He's only chasing through. Me on the other side of the fight. The Yules going to count. Miko stands to fight. They'll find the kill on the Capital. And suddenly Nisha does not want to fight, but Exotic Deer does. Quakefa might be forced here, but the fear coming out. They're trying to identify the real one, but they're not quite sure which one it is right now. And on the back foot, Boxy, a little bit far out here. Gonna go for the TP. The Dragon Tail only used. Didn't even need to use his BKB this time around.
Yeah, remember what you said about this Crystal Maiden? There aren't many things that can cancel her Freezing Field. She went from the backside. She caught Mickey in the Frostbite. She tried to use that Freezing Field, but instantly gets rooted. Just the same second.
And that was the BKB as well. So all things thought about, Alliance take a slightly better trade actually in the end there. Especially with the Poison Nova being forced as well.
A little bit better trade, definitely.
But one thing I want to hit on is the fact that no one seems to be going for a Nullifier on Alliance. And against this Venomancer, as we just saw in the river, it feels so critical this game.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, their heroes are like that. They're all in these either long engagements, these long team fights.
Insania. Mistakes may have been made. He's got the dive.
Has support.
Nope. Global Silence. The Lotus Orb coming out won't save him, though.
Interesting. Like, they had no ways of breaking that port. If he has the cooldown or what? Did he try it? I think he made a mistake. I think he cancelled it or something. He cancelled it, right? He definitely could have just... like, the thing about Phoenix, it's one of those heroes that has so many ways of escaping. Basically, Town Portal Scroll works with both Icarus Dive and Sunray. So, bottom lane...
Well, BKB on the bed just to hit the tower, forces out the glyph, and they retreat. I think one thing to hit on here, actually, is that this game, Insania chose to take the stun over the Icarus Dive. Tiger? Hey, no Nisha's here. No one's nearby either. The Dragon Tail comes out. Can they get this? Is the question. He's got the Poison Nova Veil to stun through. Aeon Disc gets proc. They'll retreat. It's too close to that shrine.
They just have no ways of killing him. They keep on... I mean, they keep on forcing rotations. That's what they're doing. They're not even... They understand what's going to happen.
Roll out. Can he make the escape? The TP. Can they find him? Yes, they can. No, they can't get the Frostbite.
Nope, I'm out.
They didn't even need to go Crystal Nova first. They charged through the trees. It feels like a slight mistake made there, but nice move by Tiger nonetheless.
Yeah, overall that was fun, but I mean, the Alliance is doing the right thing. They're delaying this game, but I have a feeling like they're delaying inevitable. I don't see them scaling as well as LD new guys are.
Maybe
like,
they'd take a good fight around the Rosh pit. The problem is they couldn't force that poison nova.
That's
Foxy,
true.
they ping him out. They know about the Shadow Blade. Links forward, Drangtail going in, looking for this going deep. BKB not coming out in time, he's stunned up, he's a little bit in trouble. The global side as well. Foxy, it's too late for a BKB. The Supernova in the back, but Cancel just trying to go through this. The egg is just going to get popped.
The talent.
And now they're chasing through for more. They're going to find Tiger, ruin on the spot with the Frostbite. They'll get him as well.
Bottom
and
lane,
Foxy, what the hell was that? At least your bear gets in and starts ratting, but this just feels like a huge blunder from Alliance.
Maybe they get Rexus, man. Alliance.
The Alliance classic. Right, and it looks like the Moonwave, the Rosh pit. Mike forces them out. He has to BKB and TP to safety here as Cattle uses the freezing field as well. That's going to buy you maybe 20 seconds maximum because they're going straight back to that Rosh pit. You do at least get your hands on one of the racks, but you might be forced to commit a buyback on Boxy.
I mean, they can't really fight. That's the thing. I think even when he blinked out, he knew that. Blinked in, I mean, with the decay. You're kind of, what the hell was that? Why is he doing that? But well, because if you make a mess there, if you make if you make some chaos, you roll in and they're like, go at this guy. What the hell is he doing? He's the same. They think the same way you do. Most of us do. But if you have a plan and that plan is Koikwa, just pushing down bottom lane, then it's kind of worth it. But overall, still, Alliance, they're all in this threat. And let's say this bear gets killed once or twice. It becomes insanely hard for them. And here we go.
What? It's going to be once.
That's going to be once, yeah. So they get him once. Now he resummons, and he doesn't have that bear for 120. I mean, he doesn't have the resummon. And he has to be a bit more careful. The problem with Alliance is they do not scale well versus these heroes right now. It's not even that they do not scale, it's the item choices. Like you have the BKB Lotus Orb on Dragonite. Yeah, it's great, but you lack damage. Then you have Insania with that tag. The egg is awesome, but it's always forced out somewhere far from the fight. And now Crystal Maiden, like this Crystal Maiden can take down that egg alone. She has plus 250 attacks.
And now they're on your high ground. Shadow Blade up on Boxy, but what can you do? Go straight for Cat. It's all going to stun him up the Drangtail. The Hoof stop hit on 2 though. Mike didn't get the BKB out in time. The Sunray trying to keep Boxy alive. It's going to be good enough, but the charge for the look for more. The Global Silence coming out. The Yules gets forced out into Mike. And they might have to reset here. Exotic Deer doesn't want to have to leave though. The stun will hit and now he may be forced to. There's a Supernova going down. The egg is good. They can't actually deal with it quick enough. Cattle's trying. Will they get it? No, it goes pop. They stun him perfectly in time. And Exotic Deer a little bit deep here. Boxy looking to go forward. The Supernova finally coming out. Nisha protected by the Aeon Disc. Exotic Deer. Aegis does get popped. Nisha might be next to fall. He can't stand against this. They lose the Centaur as well. Exotic Deer is back up ready to fight. But surrounded on all sides. The Doppelganger up. Going to go for the Kill Tiger. The Yules buying time. And it looks like they may have defended in perfect style as they'll get the entire side of new guys.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
So much for that prediction that they can't do anything. Right?
That they don't. Like the thing is, whatever I say now, it's done. But defending high ground is the easiest part for them, as they can position that egg in a really awkward position. So PL tried to get it, as you said, like he was desperately trying to get it, and he died because of it. The egg went off. He got stunned. The Sunray afterwards. So the only position where they get punished the hardest is if they try to force these high ground engagements.
Hey, it's that built-in taunt. Come on.
Yeah. The built-in taunt.
The buybacks come out, but the bear,
look at this.
Look how hard he hits. Suddenly, look at the gold. Just look at this huge dip. 15,000 net worth lead for Alliance now.
Man, this team, they just keep on finding ways. Like, they just keep on finding ways of taking good fights, of taking favorable fights for them. It's not even, like, I still stand by my initial thought that their items do not scale well if you clash somewhere on the map versus these guys, like around Rosh or something like that. But if you're defending high ground, this is the problem for that I see for new guys right now. They can fight, and that's great. But Alliance, they don't want to fight. Even on that high ground push, they were forced. Like, usually you always see a team get a pick off and then they go on high ground, right? Well, they had no pick offs and they still forced an unfavorable position for themselves to fight in. Like, they forced the high ground fight, especially versus the egg. That's not what you want to do. They still forced it. why did they force it? They forced it because this bear, this little panda, he was on the top lane pushing in. And you can't wait. Like, you can't wait. Because if you wait 30 more seconds, if you try to smoke up and catch someone, and that bear pushes in on top, he's gonna maul down your tower. Like, he has agonists. Like, he can attack even when Koikwa is not around.
For the record, this bear is not small at all anymore. Just pick
Yeah,
up the
he has
Monkey King bar as well.
too. Yeah. So I was talking about this. None of them had MKB before, and they couldn't fight. Right now, with the MKB, I mean, even the fights are possible, definitely.
I feel like super late game Lone Druid is something we don't get a chance to talk about that much, because usually games are decided by then. But we're reaching that point now. Your bear is slotted. So now, Lone Druid can get slotted as well. It's like having your sick Firo.
You know what? Taiga on top lane, he's found by the courier, but he just
They have no way of stopping him.
Yeah, the thing is, before that fight, Boxy was 24. Now Boxy is 25 as well. And this plus 40 strength, man, this actually buffs this hero quite hard. The level 20 talent on him, yeah, it might be not the flashiest. It might not be your Scream of Pain induces fear or whatever. But getting 40 strength on Dragonite, he hits a lot harder right now.
Definitely becoming problematic. And it just feels like at this stage... We were worried earlier that the Dragonite wasn't really doing much in terms of damage. He started itemizing. Yeah, that 40 strength, it's just not only just bulking you up, you suddenly hit so much harder, like you were saying.
Definitely. It's his opening right now. Like, he can contribute much more to these fights. So far, I mean, look at it this way. Yeah, we can't really say that he didn't contribute. Damage-wise, yeah, he wasn't doing a lot, but he was slowing them down and he was taunting them. He was standing in front and they were going on him. Sometimes they kill him, sometimes they don't, but they always kind of focused on him, and he soaked up a lot of damage, so he was doing his part of the job, definitely.
And now, it just gets better for him. There, roll comes out, but the slows are there, he will fall. But just instant resummon, no problem. Yeah, Nothing to worry about too much, because they're not, I wouldn't say they're in a position to easily push on the side of New Guy still. Nikke in the bot lane, though. They're going to find the stance here. The stun's going to land. Elsash, no, they missed the stun. He'll be able to get the global stance off. They have to use a Stampede plus that just to get him out alive. And they can't find any kills in the top lane in the meantime. BK's still here, though. BKB. Let's go for the TP out. And Elsash did actually just use the refresher.
He did? Alright, so he used the refresher, but yeah, it's not great. Global Silence has a lower cooldown, so you don't have to do that. You can... Arguably, it's maybe better to wait for the global, but this allows you to just fight instantly sometimes after, if you want to. I'm not even certain who takes these fights any longer. It's all about how they play them, because you know, PL, he's maxed out. He's going for the shard next. But this Venomancer, he's also kind of maxed out, right? He's going for the Mjolnir next. Perhaps he's gonna swap in that Aeon disc once it's used. But overall, their BKBs are getting lower. I mean, they can't get any lower. Leshrac is hitting hard now too. It's gonna be interesting. The Phoenix, it's all about also level 25 talents. The Phoenix is approaching that. He can go for either. Like, usually you see people pick the right one. It just secures your egg. I would argue that in this game, if you position yourself, the egg, if you position it well, it's not gonna die no matter what. But if you position it poorly, even if you have the +3 supernova count, it's gonna die because of the talents of the Crystal Maiden and the BKBs that are up.
I feel like in this game that the damage might have more value because of the way that new guys fight. They're quite clustered.
Yeah, the damage might be good versus the PL. It's great, and it's also nice with, I mean, Sunray overall, you want to be using it as much as possible because of the bear too. But usually what we see is the supernova count. It's safer. And
speaking of Phoenix, finds Cattle. What's the BKB to be used? They've got no way of stopping him deeping out there.
Yeah, BKB poured out. That's Crystal Maiden. Speaking of talents, on level 15, she has plus 150 gold talent. So she's getting a ton, man. This is one rich Maiden. She's getting... she's gonna have a Hex next.
Yeah, this is, and Hex is at this stage of the game can easily decide these fights. No chance you get those BKBs off if you hexed up.
Yep, you get that Hex. It's great. You have the Aghanims on Centaur as well. It's been there. It's been there. Not mentioned, but it's been there.
We haven't seen it have huge impact so far in these fights. Like, yes, the reductions is nice, but like typically one of the big parts is your initiation from anywhere. And they haven't been able to find areas where they can capitalize on that.
Yeah, well, I believe Silencer kind of survived the bottom because of it. It helped out. And the Silencer has Octarine, by the way, so the cooldowns are lower on him too. I mean, God, Refresher Octarine.
It's getting to a scary point for both teams. It's still, like, it could swing either way. I do still feel like Alliance has a slight advantage on the basis, as it goes on, that Quake's going to get slotted again.
12 slotted?
Yeah.
12 slotted bear coming through. Yeah, it can happen. Why not? Like, you can slot that bear too. Get a BKB on him. And then he starts hurting. Like, you can do the both the range and the melee build if it goes long enough. Yeah, you don't have the talents, but what do you care? You can still hit people.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. With the Ags, it's great. They just forced to go on you instead. Something the bear goes insane. Bot lane, Hex comes out. BK, they're going to find him. The stun ensuring them get the BKB or anything off. Not that he would have got out with that much damage from top him. Meanwhile, the Global Stance gets forced in the top lane. As they try to move on to Nisha. Nisha charging forward with the Stampede. Will try and get on top of Insania. Slow's coming out, but the Icarus dive away. Global Silence being used again, but no, at the wrong time. Insania. He didn't get greedy. He used the Icarus dive perfectly. Now forced to use BKB. He might get forced to die here. No way he gets out in one piece. The stun's ensuring that. The rest of them will be able to retreat, but you at least force a double global from the Silencer.
You force the double global, but he has Octarine, so it's not like he doesn't have to be as careful as before. What he tried to do there, by the way, when he was using that second silence, he was trying to force Phoenix mid-fight to go back to the spot. That's all. Like, he tried to time that global silence so that Phoenix, while he was diving, he cannot cancel the dive. But he didn't really time it all too well. So the Phoenix still managed to dive to the furthest position. But they still get him, so it doesn't really... It's kind of alright.
Boxy move forward. Blink comes out. Nisha gets hit by the stun in return. The Abyssal going on to Mike. He hasn't used the BKB yet. The BKB gets forced down to Boxy. Surrounded on all sides by Exotic. The magic damage doing a lot of work. They're going to chase around a wrong PL illusion here. Exotic's going to make a scam on the other side. The poison over coming up from Nisha. The Eldest to protect in the meantime. They might have to turn around and fight him. Regardless of this, the bear doing a lot of damage. But Exotic goes back in. The Sun Ray doing so much. The Hex on the back foot. Cancel. He's got the freezing field. Will he use it though? He hasn't actually thrown it out yet. The Eldest to try and protect him. The bear just trying to do what he can. The stun as well. Cancel. No freezing field for you, and Sunless stuns count on Mike. The BKB's ran out. You also buy a little bit of time. Exotic Deer with the BKB is absolutely fine to stand here. Surrounded on all sides. He's going to try and fight, but no. He gets stunned up and killed off. They get everyone because Patos won't make it out either. He'll at least find the kill on to this bird, but he won't be getting out himself. And that is a Rosh standing right next to where they just fought.
Yeah, just perfect. I mean, not a perfect fight for Alliance, but that Phoenix did so much there. He died. He didn't get his egg off. Kind of sad for them. It could have been even easier, but they like, what more can you ask for? You get a Rosh, you wipe them. It's a cheese, a fresher Rosh too. So this is just as good as it can get. The Silver Edge on Dragonite helped a bit. Not a lot, but the most important part is they didn't die instantly. They needed, like, new guys. They need to use this X the same way they did it before, and it's much harder now because you have Aegis on Mike.
And here come the buybacks. Have to throw everything on this. They want to stop this push. Mike already moving in with that Aegis.
Yeah, you have to buy back right now. Like, all your lanes
coming
are
out.
opened up.
He gets a cancel there, but the bear goes in. With that magic immunity, what the hell can you do? The BKB plus the battle cry. Double magic immunity, just to make sure you don't die. And it still gets killed off.
He still gets killed. Yeah, the talent from Crystal Maiden, the plus 300 Crystal Nova damage, just seals his fate there. Overall, in that fight, some mistakes from Nisha, not swapping that Skadi in after the Aeon Disc was used. So he was not as tanky as he would like to be. So he died fairly fast. Overall, when you click on Koikwa, yeah, you can go for those that we talked about. Like, you can go for damage build, or you can do this. Have a refresher. So you can always have your bear. Even if he dies, it's very unlikely that you're ever gonna be without the bear. So this is kind of understandable too. The Shadow Blade helps you, I don't know, like, you can be around the fights, you can rat easier. Maybe you can go into silver as well if you really want to. But overall, Alliance are looking strong right now, looking like they have Aegis, they have Cheese, they're in a good spot. They can go... who got the refresher, by the way?
That's what I'm trying to work out, because I couldn't see on anyone.
Did they use it maybe
I think they did. It looks like it, because it's not available to them.
Maybe on the bear? for a resummon.
That's the only thing I can think of right now, but like the refresh is on cooldown as well. Maybe someone misclicked?
It's possible. It's kind of a big deal because of Phoenix. You can give it to him.
That's what I was thinking, like double egg here would be huge.
Double eggs are definitely huge in team fights, but overall, like, they're in a good position. Maybe 2 eggs aren't even necessary. Still, we remember new guys. Like, their high ground attempt was, like, defended very easily. And I think Alliance should be just as, like, should be more careful right now. Yeah, you have the Aegis, yeah, you have the trees, yeah, you're in front, but you can't, like, just go all in on the high ground. The way what they might do though is send Bear on one side and then kind of bait them on the other or something like that. Going all in, possible, but pushing all the lanes, like all the lanes in first.
These PL illusions are doing a good job of slowing this down, actually. It looks like, yeah, he did go for that doppelgang cooldown, so he can just keep doing this all day.
If there's such a nuisance. I mean, they don't have the Lash track there, so that's happening. Once the Lash is here.
Oh, jump in the top, though. They have to use the Stampede to run away, but he's going to turn around. The Poison Nova coming out. The Bat away. Mike should be able to move off of this. Exotic Deer thought about going in, decided against it. Just wants to push out the lane, but the Poison Nova was forced, and they will survive.
And Sunray just
stack up for Sunrays.
Yeah. Come on, boys.
It's not even about healing Mike, it's about healing that bear. It's the one you want to keep alive. You know, he's only got 3 summons.
Only. Just 3 more summons.
Open his own little zoo over there. Working out, though.
Well, the refresher is on cooldown for 30 more seconds, so there's that. Foxy, though, he's moving in on top. He has that butterfly as well now. He hits hard. This PL, man, these illusions.
But yeah, the problem is he's focused wholly. He has to commit to killing this bear each time, or try. Which means Boxy could make this move in the top. Look, you have to instantly move across. So the moment you look a little bit weak on one lane, you get in trouble. The Hex coming out because Boxy might be in trouble himself. The damage is pretty big here. The Abyssal as well. The Global Star has no chance against the BKB off. Finally throws it out, but it's too late. It's too low. And suddenly the bear goes in, though. That's 1 Rax, and the bear will fall, but you know what? It's worth it. Dragon Knight dies. You get another Global Stance coming out, trying to charge for the BKB, forced out and insane. He should be able to move away there. He's got the dive in 10 seconds. Got damage coming out from Exotic Deer here. I don't think he's going to have to be able to use the egg here. It wouldn't matter. Dead for 90 seconds, and he has no buyback.
I mean, the bear is on top. What do? You have to go back instantly.
They're going to lose another tower.
Yep.
Okay, no. He doesn't want to lose this bear. He's like, please, let her live. Think of his children.
He can resummon. He has Refresher. He used it already, so the bear is going to be up. And he's actually going for Octarine to have like a 90-second cooldown on the bear.
If there's any team that does this sort of strategy regularly, you know it's going to be Alliance. The very slow win through...
It's so frustrating. I mean, I respect them, honestly. This isn't easy to pull off. This is some great dotes, you know, but at the same time, it's very frustrating to play against. It's super frustrating to play against this sort of stuff. Like, especially when you're in front at one point in the game, and then you just make a couple of wrong decisions, someone goes back while you're pushing or something like that, and suddenly you lose a couple of 4v5 fights because of the rat, and then you just fall apart.
Okay, I guess where Katza was wrong. They'll stun him through finally. They'll be able to prop their own disc, but now they shouldn't be able to kill him. The Hex coming out. The BKB used. Stampede forward. Frostbite out. Patos arrives. The BKB in time of Mike, though. No, instantly. The lowest and the Abyss will return on an Exotic Deer. They'll finally kill the Cattle still. The bear getting low, though. Will have to give his life in. The Poison Never thrown out as well. They'll catch on the Tiger. Mike on the other side of the fight. Yule's up in the air, but when he comes down, he's surrounded, and these are not friendly individuals. All the while, Koitfer in the bot lane, just trying to push in, but now suddenly, new guys, they get an opportunity to go on your high ground, and they're going to take it.
He has no bear for 25 more seconds. He has no port,
nice
no bear.
Dodge by Boxy. He's got the BKB available. Insania. Not using that Supernova yet. Just wants to slow us down with some Ray. But there's the Global Stance coming out. They'll be able to take the set of racks.
Yeah, this is huge for them. This is big for them as they should fall back after this, though. They are.
They're not going to be greedy here. They're going to respect it.
They definitely shouldn't have been greedy, and that's a correct movement. And pushing that top lane, though, is so important for them as that's the only lane that they still have. I mean, yeah, they have this range racks in mid, but it's irrelevant. So it's gonna make it a little bit harder for Alliance to to just rat, to go all in. Yeah, you still have 2 lanes pushing in, so it's not as hard, but at least if you want to send that bear, you have to send it through mid, and it's going to be spotted while it runs over from mid, or if it runs over from bottom. So that's kind of good for you, if you are new guys. And you get one side, so not looking as grim as it did a few minutes ago.
It's definitely starting to lash back. Like, the net worth, after that horrendous dip in Alliance's favor, has started to recover. And like you said, that's the most important lane, because I think the difference here is before, if you take mid or bot, you're in a scenario where you equalize the lane, but it's never pushing against them. In this scenario, Alliance always have to look at top.
Yeah, so you have that. Like, it's good for you, definitely. This bear might look to go forward. If he does, the Venom just pushes it out and the bear ports back. Well, you kind of saw a chance there, though. Like, killing that bear twice opened up the game completely for you, and you instantly took a side. But Alliance did not play as 5. Alliance did not fight. Like, usually we see them fighting as 5 all the time.
They're definitely getting picked off in odd ways, and they smoke up. Alliance looking to rectify what you just said. They go as 5. But who will they find is the question.
Yeah, this is the power of their lineup. Like, the bear is pushing top while they are smoking up.
Exotic Deer would be perfect.
They have no hexes, nothing like that. Like, they have the stun on DK. Let's go.
Boxy reveals Katzel walking through. The Dragon Tail coming out to find Katzel. The Global Stance coming out in return. The BKB used by Katzel. The poison never goes down. Boxy needs to get out. It's taking a lot of damage. The Yule's on the target in the meantime. Actually, on the backside, Patos. Looks like they might find Insane. He didn't get the egg off in time. He needs to soar away. Will he actually finally use it? He'll throw it down. The Supernova does come out. Patos. He's going to get stunned up. The Hex in return to the Boxy. Taking a lot of damage. The egg. It's lasted so long. Koifa will just turn around Exotic Deer. They'll get him, though. They'll tread through him. Boxy survives with the Sun Ray. The buyback comes out on the Centaur instantly, but suddenly, new guys, they need a retreat. They can't stay here any longer. Tiger going through looking for more will not find it. But a very favorable fight being taken by Alliance there.
I mean, that Phoenix egg, honestly. I mean, the problem was Patos was the only one really committed on killing Phoenix before he manages to use his egg. And I think it was the right thing for him to do, but his team, they didn't help him. They didn't go in.
And suddenly, Bear's on your high ground again.
Yeah, the Bear is on your high ground. Insania managed to pull off his Supernova, stun the PL, kill the PL. The buyback is going to be forced. Remember, earlier, the only thing stopping this Bear were those illusions, and now you don't have them.
4 hits from 1,000 HP. This Bear just shreds through buildings at this point. You can't let him on your high ground for a few seconds. The Hex comes out, and they're not going to allow it. The Bear trying to pull him away. Tiger can't save him. Now Boxy needs to get out of here. He'll use the Silver trying to escape. They do see him. Though it's Orb on Tommen. Mike just trying to create that zonal buffer with the Shivas and the damage. But these wards are so damn tanky.
I mean, man, look, just check out Katsu. He has Nullifier as well. Like,
oh, this could be huge. We said how much Alliance needs one of them on their side because of all these Aeon discs. Instead, first one to be picked up is on new guy's side. Dumping in, Bear goes again, Glyph gets forced out, Stampede coming out, Tiger tries to roll, but it gets blocked, stun in return, and now the Global Silence being used, but Tiger protecting the air, the second Global Silence, but Elisash, he went deep for this, can they find anything? They'll find the kill of the Tiger, and now the chase for more, the Hex coming up, Mike will get the BKB, looking to turn around, stun gets connected on the cancel, the Aeon Disc does get procced, and Boxy, what can he do with the Supernova in the middle of the fight? They have to deal with this, they all turn and start fighting, they're going to go in deeper, the Bear trying to do his work here, but looks like Boxy's getting live return, this time's for Exotic Deer good, they may be able to find him on their back foot though, Nietzsche being chased by the Bear, Mike's going to get low, he will get popped. Exotic Deer, so damn tanky. Boxy, he needs to learn how to actually tank up damage. And for a Dragon Knight, that's a sad reality to realize. As he's surrounded and left behind, Quickfoot does not want to fight anymore. But Boxy won't have a choice in the matter. Exotic Deer, triple kill for him. And he saves his team's base.
And he didn't buy back. He didn't even buy back. That's so huge. Like, his team played that so well. Elisash went in, baited the spells on him, baited them to go on him, but he just used the BKB, survived, double Global Silence. The Crystal Maiden 150 gold talent, man. The Nullifier and Hex, they're doing so much in these fights, it's ridiculously good.
The ridiculous part was that should have been maybe a little bit cleaner for new guys. They knocked through something they done wrong. I was going to say, Tiger actually played it very well when Patos initiated on him. The stun interruption meant that they had to sacrifice Patos for that kill, but obviously a fantastic defense. And the net worth, look how it is just dipping towards even. And yes, we're getting to that point where it's like, why does that matter so much? And actually, Liz just hit on it. That CM, she's got so much money right now.
CM?
Although she might be in trouble. Mike moving forward. They're going to TP in on him.
though.
And Mike, mistakes may be made. The Frostbite's going to come with the BKB, and there's the Abyssal straight away. They're going to surround him. He can't actually make it out anymore. They're going to stand and force him to fight the Global Silence as well. Mike, mistakes made, and the Nullifier to stop the Yule straight away.
Huge mistakes. They're gonna force his buyback as well. Remember, like one of the last best trees that we casted, like once the team loses two sides versus Rats, versus lineups like Lone Druid, like they start putting up such amazing defenses. Why? Because they aren't torn apart. Like they are there. They're on one side, they're fighting together, and they have one objective. That's to defend that one side. Like, it was so much harder for them to defend two sides before. But right now, as long as they focus on defending the only thing that matters, that's top, like, they can do it. They can actually accomplish it.
I
Also,
feel like
one more thing.
It was... Well, Alliance, they tried to read that correctly, right? Because usually it's hardest when the mid is still the last one standing. So they tried to eliminate that first, but new guys have just adjusted perfectly. Stampede coming out. Bear's gonna fall.
He does have resummon in 15. Also, one more thing, like we talked about the talent trio of the Phoenix and the +3 Supernova hit count. It's awesome, it's great, but if you position yourself badly in this game, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have it or not, it's still gonna fall in a matter of seconds. They just have the BKBs, they have the +250 attack speed on Crystal Maiden, and it just disappears. And they all hit so fast at this point.
Well, that's gonna be another Rosh. No one for new guys. The refresher shot this time around, which means... Do you like 18 seconds? Sorry, not 18, 24 seconds of global silence.
Oh, man. That's just ridiculously good. Well,
wait,
they didn't give it to him.
No, they didn't give it to him. I think they decided maybe that's a little bit overkill. I can respect that. They go for the double... Wait, no, where is it?
It's on Crystal Maiden.
Okay, double freezing field nullifier.
Double hex, double nullifier.
This is possibly the scariest Crystal Maiden we've seen in the entire tour. Like, it's a close call. Wind and Rain had a hell of a lethal CM in the off lane, but this is for a support CM.
No, this is definitely. I mean, the thing is, there.
Koikfa, what is he doing here? His bear is going to actually be popped, but look at Koikfa's positioning as well.
Yeah, he's.
This is smart. Like, they have to come back to deal with the creep wave.
This Shadow Blade is allowing him to do this, but he has to fall back. It seems. He's just too afraid.
My bear is Charles. I must go mourn it.
He has... his buyback cost is 4.3k gold, man. he has to pay 4,000 gold to buy back.
It's not exactly cheap.
It's not... I mean, 12 slotted bear.
And look at his gold. 55,000. Like, this is... Oh, my... He might just go to the strip club to start making it rain at this stage. This is getting insane.
The bear on the bottom lane. If Katsur catches him out here, man, oh, he catches him.
Oh, hey, little piggy, you thought you were a bear. The BKB out in time. You should be able to move away. The global silence being used as well.
Yeah, they have to commit for this bear.
They can get it, but it looks like the Frostbite's gonna come out. No way he escapes this. But the good news is, Koikfa does still have that refresher.
And he has Octarine. And that bear is like...
Listen, and this, and that. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, he has everything. Like, what more can you say? That's so much.
I feel like we're going to reach a point where he then just transitions to a right-click build on himself. Like, you know, where it's essentially 3 heroes worth of slot.
Yeah, he gets sick of these refreshers, and like he gets 9 slotted on his Lone Druid. Start swapping out refresher for damage items when he needs them. The bear's eyes swap Aghanim's for rapier or something.
It's like the Naga, the good old Naga and Medusa types. But I mean, look at this.
55,000, man. This is just...
Look at this hesitation. Exotic Deer doesn't even want to go himself. They said, okay, you know what? You played some filthy rat games on us. We can do it too because I've got doppelganger illusions. They don't even know it, but Exotic Deer is here all alone.
Solo Exotic Deer taking down the tower seems good.
So far, actually, he's taken maybe 20 HP. This will be a very slow siege if it works out.
Is it even worth the 5 gold that you're... I mean, it is, but still, it's ridiculous.
Imagine how much of a horror story this game would be if there was a Lich in it as well.
Look at Koikwa, though.
It's a little bit far out. Stampede, they find the bear again. Koikwa has to leave his child behind once more, but he should be able to get out himself.
I mean, they're so good about this. Like, they're taking down his bear every single time. Like, this was the thing, though. He didn't even care so much about that. Like, I mean, he obviously does not want his bear to die. But what he was trying to do, this is his plan. I believe at least. I saw him do this in some games before. Use the Shadow Blade, go into the high ground, resummon the bear, not resummon, call the bear back, and just go straight down to the Raxes, force the glyph by doing that. And then the second time you do that, you can even take the Raxes. At this time, like, even through the backdoor protection, he actually hits hard. So it's like, this is one scary bear, and honestly, the new guys, they've done a fantastic job on catching this bear out.
I think
there's always someone.
A Boxy in the bot lane. Global Silence comes out, but guess what? Mike wants to join in the fight. There's 2 down from the line, and there's a lot more from the side of new guys. The Global Silence going out, Poison over as well. Boxy's going to get low. Already on half HP, he's just going to disappear, but Mike as well. The Yules will not protect him. They may have made a fatal error here. Once again, 2 heroes down after they try and make a move onto the CM.
Yeah, they...
Half HP. That's the best they could do to Kator, who has a diffusal. Why is he's holding onto exotic Deer's items?
This is the problem. They're trying to go for the CM, and they're completely ignoring that Patos has his ultimate on. And that's, like we talked about this Aghanim's, we didn't actually give him enough justice, because this item has been saving this CM time after time. Sorry, I mean Aghanim's on Centaur.
Yeah, the Aghanim's off the damage reduction.
Yeah. Once he uses Stampede, Crystal Maiden just survives every time, and they turn those fights. And it wasn't only Crystal Maiden, he's been doing this for quite a while. However, Lone Druid, going straight down mid.
Blink, Tiger. Oh, he just remnant him up and sent him in? Patos is deep in the base. This may have worked against him in the end, and Nullfire's well, he can't really do anything other than stop by surrounded. They'll find him. They do get the tower, but they lose their important initiation tool. And while that's happening, Quickfire, he just took one of the tier 4s.
Yeah, he took one.
You filthy Alliance. It doesn't matter what year it is. It never changes. This is like the Fallout introduction, right? Like, war never changed. Well, Alliance, they never change.
I mean, they even swap out the players. It's not even bad. Actually, you know what? Loda is still the coach.
Loda's still there. Like,
this is Loda's cool, man.
I've told you before, he's there, whispering in the ears. Ratmore. Push towers. Every time.
Just standing behind them, smacking them, telling them exactly what to do. You know, you don't rat, you get smacked across the head. Rat.
It's like,
what are you doing?
Imagine if you could actually view your tower, like your building damage in a session. You just ask them to pull it up, and if it's below a certain number, a point in the game, he just slaps them. Like, work harder, hit more buildings. Why did you hit the
tower here? What were you thinking?
You know what kind of a weird thing is? When you get this late into the game, and you don't really think about the impact that no shrines have, because they've been gone so long. But it's made it so much easier for new guys to always take these Rosh engagements. And always just come out dominant.
I mean, the shrines, not having them, it's kind of alleviated by the fact that everyone has Travel's Tool right now, so you can all kind of converge
to an extent
on the same spot.
But like the Aeon discs on the side of new guys are the differentiation every time, right? And because you don't have buyback instantly into the fight, you can't then look to re-engage.
Oh, that's true. That's definitely true. PL sending his illusion, scouting out a bit top. The bottom lane is completely pushed out, and they have to do that.
What is this decision? Okay, you know what? They actually think that's the real Insania. I feel like they would have went on him if they realized that that was an illusion.
There's no way they know it's illusion. They would have jumped on him by now. They just clean it up.
Oh no, I mean when he rolled up to the high ground to get rid of the ward.
Oh, the Tiger, you mean?
Yeah, Tiger.
Oh yeah.
Because he was a little bit ballsy. They saw him and they were pretty close by, and
they could have went on him. He has Yules though, has Lotus Orb.
Theoretically, he should make it out, but it's an odd risk for him to be making just to try and kill a Plague Ward.
Yeah, but he has a jump, so scouting out for wards as well. There's that. But overall, it is a huge risk, as you said. This Phoenix, he has Hex, one of his own. I mean, he's had it for a while now. Has Pipe, Lotus, BKB, so this guy is strong in these fights. But he has one huge problem. It's this silencer with the Refresher Octarine. Like,
in fairness, he has got
combos.
BKB plus Lotus Orb, so he can actually get that off.
That's true. I completely agree, but it still messes up
Tiger! Hex up! Mistakes have been made! Nullified as well. The global silence to ensure Tiger falls here. Looks like he's just given CM a little bit of jewelry. No, they don't even care about the gem. They'll just lay there as a reminder of what happens when you come this far at your base alone.
It's gonna be a warning sign for everyone else.
Mark this
Anyone
point.
Else that's brave enough to venture even close to the river.
It's it's a very fashionable little tombstone. Look at this.
Yeah. This Crystal Maiden, come on. Like I have a like we've been talking about the brokenness of this hero, but this is reaching some next levels right here.
BKB. He's on the high ground. The stop coming up. Patos missed the mark. BK has forced to use the BKB. Boxy went to the back line. Insane using his own BKB. He's got the supernova. Is he going to use BK with the LDS to protect? In the meantime, the global star's coming out. Look at him move forward. They want Mike, and it looks like he's going to fall on the back foot, though. Insane. He doesn't even use the egg. He just dies. And the buyback from Tiger achieving nothing. They're actually going back to the base because Quakefa, he's going for the prone again. He's going to get the second tier 4. And once again, he forces them away. He'll be able to TP back to base. Can he defend against this Octadeer on his own? They might be able to. They need to do it right now. Boxy's healing up. He's even salving up to try and make this quicker. Lift's going to buy time. Exotic Deer has to leave, surely. Stun up the bear, though. They jump in. Boxy going for this Exotic Deer. Not threatening too much right now, Quakefa. It's allowing him in a little bit of trouble here, but he is pretty tanky. Refresher goes out. The bear comes out to fight as well. Exotic Deer, he wants these racks so badly, but he needs to be careful. He has got the buyback, but is it worth committing here? This is their best opportunity to win.
They should connect to him. They should all go right here, right now. They should push high ground.
They're going. TB's coming in. Niche has arrived as well. Elsash here as well. They're going to go for the tier 4s. They ping Boxy. Shadowbladed up and feel rich. What can he do? They find him. They stomp onto him. He's going to fall by the looks. He's getting way too low. The BKB from Elsash. Chasing on a Quakefa forcing the BKB out. The bear's going to fall. Quakefa can't do anything else, and they've done it. GG gets called. New guys. It took them a hell of a lot longer than they expected, and Quakefa, he had them on the edge of their seats, but they managed to take game 1.
Yeah, like this whole game, it just kept us on the edge of our seats the whole time, the whole duration. It was awesome, awesome performance from both teams. Although, only like 40-ish kills on each side for 1 hour and 22 minutes. Not really what we like seeing the most. Not what we call quality Dota usually, because of the like we enjoy the bloodbath, but I enjoy this so much more. These little games like buying Shadowblade, trying to rat, just the mind games, the strategy, the game, the way the game evolves. Honestly, like if I could choose an MVP here, it would be this Crystal Maiden with the early hacks and then the early nullifier.
I already knew you were gonna go. Like regardless, it's just because it's a CM. We know that's like I'll agree. Cats have done crap tons of work, but let's be totally honest. It's because it's a CM. This.
I mean, Katsur played well, but the hero is just so broken. The 150 talent, the plus 150 gold is probably gonna get nerfed a bit, and he did so much. In some situations, in partnership with Patos, because Patos used his ultimate and Crystal Maiden survives. Like Crystal Maiden, she was just there dangling as a bait. She didn't do a lot. Like it's not like he played amazingly well, but they go on the Crystal Maiden. They don't manage to kill him off, and then they turn and kill Mickey. Then the biggest thing is that Crystal Maiden was doing is actually catching that bear, being in the right spot at the right time, and killing off the Spirit Bear. Once they get the Spirit Bear, the push opens up for them. And that's what those things were huge. In this last team fight that was on the Alliance's high ground, Katsur single-handedly killed Insania. He jumped in, hexed him, nullified him, and just blowed him up. Like Insania couldn't even... He couldn't stay alive versus a single Crystal Maiden there. That was ridiculous. Overall, it wasn't only Katsur, definitely. They all played well. Like all 10 players here, they just shined. They played so well. I really enjoyed this game. Some small mistakes from everyone, but overall, just a great game of Dotes.
I mean, let's be honest. No one wants perfectionists. We want a few mistakes. Keeps it a little bit interesting. This one was. This first game of the day. This isn't even the grand finals, but I think that's actually the longest game we've had so far in the Summer Cup. Now, if there's any team that could drag it out even longer, it's the infamous Backdoor Ratters Alliance. Let's see what waits us in game 2. Will we go to a game 3, or will new guys seal the deal in the second game? Stay tuned. In a few minutes, we're going to find out.